Meine Kernaufgabe ist die Erforschung von alternativen Baumarten für den Klimawandel. Und bei mir im Speziellen Tannenarten aus der Türkei und aus Griechenland. Ja, mein Name ist Florian Ruge. Ich bin jetzt seit insgesamt knapp 5 Jahren an der FVA in Freiburg und bin dort wissenschaftlicher Mitarbeiter und darf mich mit unterschiedlichsten interessanten Dingen beschäftigen und habe davor Forstwissenschaften studiert.
So that's Timberly. This is Cuckoo. It's actually a fiber platform, so it's kind of rented into the timber space, and so it's Cuckoo. And the platform back there is Tinti. So I'm Hans-Jakob Wagner. I'm leading the Computational Wood Architecture Research Group at the ICD, which is the Institute for Computational Design and Construction here at the University of Stuttgart. We're in the LCRL, which is the Large-Scale Construction Robotics Laboratory. It's where all of those researchers of the Excellence Cluster are working together within 2 research networks, and one of them is focused only on timber construction.
So we're a quite unique place in relation to other architecture schools. I don't think it's something that any other architecture school in the UK has as a resource. And it's a kind of a magical little world down here that we operate in. So I'm Kate Davies. I'm head of Hook Park and program director for the Design and Make postgraduate program, which is based here at Hook Park. Hook Park is the satellite campus for the Architectural Association, which is based in London. And we exist as a remote campus down here in Dorset in the UK. We run a postgraduate program that's really centred on designing and making things one-to-one, predominantly out of timber. We have our own working woodland, 330-acre working woodland, which the architecture school also own. It's a really amazing thing and an unusual thing for an architecture school to own a woodland and to manage it. And it really offers this incredible opportunity for students to have that direct engagement when they're designing and building timber buildings with the site of production of that timber, with the long timescales that are involved in the growing of that timber and the harvesting processes involved.
Robotics in construction, in architecture, is actually fairly new, even though robotic fabrication is something that we do as a society since a long time. So we definitely need a cultural change in robotics if we are to apply them in construction. That is because if we work with timber, it's a natural material, and what we want to build with is actually a project, a building project. It's not a product, it's very different from a product, and that has wide implications on what happens in between.
Also im Bauwesen wird ja zu 80–90% Nadelholz eingesetzt. Und speziell dieses Nadelholz, also hier im Schwarzwald ist es die Tanne, Fichte, auch die Douglasie und Kiefer, die leiden alle im Klimawandel und werden prozentual in Zukunft immer weniger werden. Das heißt, wir haben weniger Nadelholz, mit dem wir unsere Häuser zukünftig bauen können. Das ist aber eine sehr lange Zeitreise, die wir da vor uns haben. Dass die Baubranche sich teilweise an diese Gegebenheiten etwas anpassen muss. Also wir werden Nadelholz verlieren, Laubholz wird prozentual zunehmen. Das heißt, da müssen vielleicht dann auch andere technologische Lösungen gefunden werden, um potenziell mehr Laubholz verarbeiten zu können.
So I think it's really important for students and architects to understand where our material comes from. We've got an imperative to build more in timber for reasons of sustainability and reasons of carbon capture. We have to be thinking about what are the implications of that. And that's a kind of interesting reversal, if you like. Rather than architects saying, I need this, this and this in these dimensions, we're saying this forest if it's going to be healthy, we'll be able to provide this, this and this on these timescales.
So we're testing already currently using mobile robotic platforms for different projects. We deeply believe that we actually need to build to do our research. We need to run through the whole construction process. We do that together with construction companies. So it's actually already happening, right? Of course, there are certain boundary conditions that are unique in a research context, but we're getting there slowly and slowly. And the way that it's going to be applied in industry, I think, is that you have suppliers of those machines and they're kind of rented out on a project basis. So a local manufacturer, a local construction company can just say, okay, for this project we need a certain technology.
Wir sind jetzt hier ganz in der Nähe von Freiburg, am Rande des Schwarzwaldes. Und die Versuchsfläche, auf der wir jetzt hier stehen, ist eine Versuchsfläche mit 3 unterschiedlichen ABS-Arten aus der Türkei und aus Griechenland. Und wir versuchen hier eben bei diesen Tannenarten mit einer südlichen Herkunft zu erforschen, ob diese Baumarten potenziell eine gute Anbaueignung im Klimawandel haben.
I think we have a freedom to experiment and to try things that wouldn't be possible within the confines of the usual building industry, and client-led projects outside of an educational space, which allows us to test things that maybe couldn't be done somewhere else. And then they have influence and they inspire and have inspired other projects, many other projects, both within education but beyond, over the last 10-15 years. There's a huge value in this place in terms of its immersion. We're living, working inside the forest, and that we're a very small team. So the forestry, the harvesting, the milling of the timber all happens with students kind of engaged or kind of exposed to all of that work.
Die Zukunft wird da nicht so rosig sein, wie wir uns das vielleicht manchmal vorstellen. Durch den Klimawandel, der sehr, sehr schnell die Ökosysteme und auch den Wald verändert, werden wir schon dramatische Schäden in den nächsten Jahrzehnten auf uns zukommen sehen. Und wir sind jetzt, glaube ich, am Anfang einer Phase des Umbruchs, wo wir sehr viel neu denken müssen und wo sich auch vieles verändern wird. Kurz runtergebrochen, ich denke, der Walderhalt, also dass wir überhaupt noch einen Wald, so wie wir ihn kennen, zukünftig haben, und der Waldumbau. Also die Wälder, die wir jetzt haben, umbauen zu klimastabileren Wäldern. Und das ist, glaube ich, eine richtige Herkulesaufgabe, wo wir sehr, sehr viel Beteiligte brauchen und auch viel finanzielle Mittel. Und gleichzeitig hoffe ich natürlich, dass ich mit meiner Forschung über die alternativen Baumarten ein paar Lösungsvorschläge miterarbeiten kann.
The exciting aspect of working here is that we bring a lot of different disciplines on the table, and also industry partners, students of different fields, and we try to innovate together. We try to build things together. That involves a lot of kind of cross-discipline translation.
There's an incredible power to this place that is about the possibility of doing something maybe slightly different. I mean, in many ways it's a dream job. In many ways it's a massive challenge. To take on a campus like this is still in development, and to try and build things at this scale with groups of students is continually inspiring and exhausting in equal measure, I think. But it's got some kind of magic to it, and I'm really, really happy to be a part of that.